Hello, welcome to this update for Europe. I think it's important we mention a few things here that are happening. So today is March 28th, and we have a lot of moisture in Central Eastern Europe, some storms in Albania, Greece, and we had some in Italy in the last few days, and some rain in Turkey as well. We have a few showers near Western Europe, but nothing crazy. The thing today around Central Western Europe is the wind, especially southern France, some spots in Spain, some higher gusts today because of the jet that's more active there, and shows like, especially later today into Saturday, spots of eastern Spain, some very high gusts in some areas, shows more there in the Mediterranean south of France and spots in southern France as well, in the Pyrenees. So be aware, maybe in the Mediterranean near Sardinia too, slightly gustier, and near Malta and Sicily, maybe slightly gustier too. Spots of Romania as well. So Saturday, this goes, especially tomorrow, Saturday, might have some very high gusts by the European models, spots of France and Spain in those areas, even more than 100 km per gust on the Pyrenees, even more than 100 in Andorra, and other spots of eastern Spain. Shows more some interior sections too, not much near Barcelona, but they show occasionally higher, and some other areas a little bit more. Huesca and other areas north of Castellon, but in France, more central southern France, more spots there, and in the Mediterranean still shows near northern Tunisia, spots of near southern Sicily and Malta, not as strong, but still slightly gustier than normal. So this goes, and like in central Turkey too, shows slightly higher. And then Saturday, this goes still by Saturday nights, some Hargus, some spots of France and Spain, even Switzerland, a spot or two in the Alps. So this goes into Sunday, still in southern France, in a few spots slightly gustier, and northern Africa as well. We might have more videos coming up for Africa too, but just be aware, even Libya, Tunisia, some spots there. Then we have a situation near further north in Europe we'll talk about next. So this goal still shows maybe near Greece on the 31st, slightly gustier spots of France too, and in the Alps in some areas. The 31st, on April 1st, shows kind of this broad low pressure near the southern Mediterranean, maybe slightly gustier, and spots of Croatia, Slovenia, Bosnia, maybe slightly gustier. On April 1st, on April 2nd, shows maybe near Germany and France, and some more areas. And then later still shows a day or two near southern France, and like March 5th near the Balkans, slightly gustier, but the rest is too far out. So be aware. For rain, it's better now in Western Europe, but still some storms in Eastern Europe, like I showed you. So this goes, there shows some snow, maybe Saturday on the Pyrenees and spots of southern France too, by the European model, and some in the Alps. It even shows some rain, spots of Eastern Europe, some snow in Romania, in the mountains. So this goes Saturday there, maybe a storm or two in Algeria, Tunisia Sunday, and then still shows some snow in the Alps by Monday possibly, and some more of this rain just lingering around spots of Central Eastern Europe. So Monday, this goes, shows some storms in Greece as well, and maybe near Sicily in Italy. But this changes all the time, so we can't know for sure. But this goes on April 1st, shows some near Libya and southern Italy and Greece because of this broad low pressure, and even Turkey. So Wednesday the 2nd, maybe near Italy, spots of southern France still show some mixed precipitation. There'll likely be this big uh, Atlantic low pressure in some areas. It's now near the Canary Islands, some light showers there in Madeira too, and this showed maybe Sunday some more showers, a storm or two, and then into next week this might organize a little bit more near the Azores with more wind and rain into the first week of April. So be aware. And for Northern Europe, we have a different situation. We have some rain in the UK, some showers on the western side, and we do have some systems in Norway still, Sweden, in Iceland, more spots there. So today's Friday, this goes, some snow northern Finland, maybe in Russia, some more in Iceland. The Euro does show on Sundays some snow rain, southern Norway, some rain in Denmark, and to northern Germany too. So Sunday, Monday, maybe another front in Iceland. By Sunday night, some mixed precipitation. And then these lingering patches of snow and ice, spots of Finland and Sweden and Norway. So Sunday, Monday shows this front maybe into Norway, late Monday into Tuesday. And on Tuesday, maybe during the night, some snow near Sweden and Finland into northwestern Russia. And on Wednesday the 2nd, some more rain and snow in Norway. They'll show more after April 3rd in spots of Norway, and some more snow for Sweden and Finland too. These are April 5th and still shows more snow there. So be aware, those areas in terms of wind further north there still shows some higher gusts. It's occasionally in spots of the UK and Norway, especially northern UK Saturday, some spots tomorrow there. And then this goes Sunday, more spots of the Netherlands, maybe the UK still. And Sunday this goes into Iceland, the new system, and it even shows some very high gusts there. The interior spots even close to 100. And then Sunday, Monday, does show still Mondays, some higher gusts in Iceland, some spots there. There's the GFS, shows a similar thing, and the icon too. So yeah, this goes Monday into Tuesday. Slightly gustier near spotted to Sweden and Norway, but this goes Wednesday, still those systems lingering, and after after April 3rd, still show like Norway and Sweden, some higher gusts in some spots there. And then later on April 4th, the European does have more in Sweden, Norway, and more spots there, slightly breezier in spots of Europe. So this goes, and yeah, just be monitoring this pattern if you're in those northern countries for snow and some occasional higher gusts. And then there's this guy here down in the Atlantic, shows slightly higher gusts near Madeira, spots of the Azores, around some 62 km per gust. This goes, spins a little bit there. Sometimes the Canary Islands, slightly breezier, but nothing that extreme. And then a little bit more near Morocco and Spain, a day or two, but this goes there. And does show in the Azores some higher gusts, even goes even to 100 spots of the Azores on April 2nd, I think. This goes still like this is during the morning on April 2nd, well above 100 km per gust. There's the GFS, kind of similar, and the icon not so similar. So this goes there, and still watching that later. But stay safe, be aware. There's the rain accumulation here, so today's Friday until Wednesday on April 2nd, the European has like this 5 days more rain in Italy, some storms too in Sicily, close to some 70 and 80 millimeters. In Greece, even close to 90, some spots higher because of those storms. So be aware, in Romania shows more. In Austria shows even 97 millimeters, but there might be a mix of snow too, and shows northern Algeria and Tunisia like even more than 90, 70 and 80 millimeters. Some spots there, and a little bit of rain for France, Germany, and these spots in southeastern Europe, more rain. And then Norway shows more throughout Norway. This will be a mix of rain and snow in those areas, but some more snow for Finland too, and Iceland in those areas, especially on the coast. Might be kind of more rain on the coast. so be aware. And finally, it's drier in southwestern Europe, but still rain in a spot or two. So there's the GFS as well, shows this wetter pattern for southeastern Europe with more rain and storms. The icon a similar thing, especially near Greece, Turkey, Algeria, spots of Italy, and in the Azores there. The icon doesn't have as much as the European. The European is like close to 70 millimeters there in the Azores. So be aware. And here for snow does show like, especially in the Alps, next 5 days in Austria, close to 80 centimeters, even some 87, 72, 62, some more in Switzerland, spots of France, and even central Italy, finger two, those higher peaks, and spots of Bulgaria, a little bit, or Greece, a tiny little bit, but more in Bosnia, Montenegro, the higher mountains there, even close to 20, to 29, 31 to 25 centimeters. And the Pyrenees still shows a little bit, and some 6 to 17 centimeters. Some higher resolution models might have more than that. They show generally some snowflakes scattered near Czechia or some other random areas in Switzerland. In the French Alps a little bit, but not that much. And even in Algeria, the European has some. The icon nothing in Algeria, the GFS nothing, so just the European, and it has a tiny scrape in Morocco. But yeah, the other models like the GFS is mainly in the Alps, spots of the Balkans, in Turkey, especially spots of Turkey, the Caucasus, some more snow in Iceland. The GFS does have spots close to 100 centimeters, some spots to 58, 49. The European has like some 93 centimeters and 97, and some more there in Iceland. In Norway, it does have central northern Norway, more snow, and southwestern Norway too, more spots there. Does have some northern Finland, spots of Russia too, and northwestern Sweden. And after that, on the long range, does shows kind of some more for Eastern Europe on the long range, in the Alps, and maybe some more, but it's like 13 days out. That's too far. So yeah, stay safe. And the long range for rain does show eventually more throughout Europe too, but that's too far, as I told you. So yeah, be aware. But just until April 5th shows a little bit more in central Spain and France, maybe until April 5th, and maybe more in the Azores, and yeah, but we will keep watching. There, the temperatures more mild, some 16, 15 degrees. In the south, even to 21. And spots of Italy, Greece, a little bit less because of those lower pressures and some rain. But some spots milder too. So this goes during the night, still coldish many spots, and especially in the Alps, the Pyrenees, spots of central Spain still close to 1 degree, Belarus to -1, in other spots like 3 degrees in the UK, in Norway and Iceland, still cold, especially like central northern Norway, and some spots there in Sweden and Finland too. So beware. In Greenland, like tremendously cold, but no one is in the middle there, and shows like tomorrow afternoon, Saturday, spots in southern Spain, close to 24 degrees even, and Portugal too. But the Alps still cold during the day, in the Pyrenees, so those areas still cold. In Iceland shows maybe milder in the south, like 5 degrees, still kind of cold. Some spots in Greenland, the coast, close to -8, -9, and spots in northern Norway and Finland. But the rest is milder, so I'll go a little bit quicker. Shows like Sunday morning, maybe central France and Spain, colder in some interior spots, even central Germany, and then it warms up in the afternoon. But Monday morning, still kind of chilly in a few spots of Turkey too, Romania, more spots there. This goes like Wednesday the 2nd, Germany and Poland, slightly colder, and some, especially in the Alps still. And yeah, so be aware. But generally starting to get milder during the day, but still cold. It is like March. It is like on April 6th, shows still slightly colder during the night. But we'll keep watching there. And here, just to see what these temperatures might look like. Not the temperatures themselves, but like the average temperature. So it shows still slightly below average in Africa, parts of France and Spain, and then does show like on April 1st near Italy, the Balkans, parts of Central Europe, and shows slightly above average for further west. But this goes still a little bit of above average until maybe some below average further in Eastern Europe on April 5th. But that shows some more belts of above average. But the GFS is kind of crazy, some below average in the Black Sea later. But yeah, there's the European, some above average now, spots Central Northern Europe and Turkey. Then this goes slightly below average. Some areas does build up some above average in Spain and France on April 1st, but slightly below average Central Europe still, and then this might change later. So be aware those areas, and yeah, uh, just here for some snow to show a little bit high, a little bit higher resolution models. So there's this one that shows like in the Alps next 5 days. These models are slightly higher resolution, show spots of Austria. Those purples like 75 to 100 centimeters next 5 days, spots of Austria. So be aware there, those spots of the Alps. And Switzerland shows some 30 to 40 centimeters, some spots, and some in Italy and France too. But be aware, those spots in Austria. But on the Pyrenees, does show like uh, not as much, but does show spots to like 5 to 20 centimeters, especially some red spots in the highest peaks close to 30. So be aware too.